Everyone in the dressing room believes we can do it, believes we can upset another team here. Can't go in scared. We need to go in with our heads up high, ready to play.
I think we've been a team that's proven all year long that we work hard, and now we've got the confidence to go with it. So having all that in place, I think we've got a good shot this weekend to bring another upset.
I don't know how this weekend's going to end, but it's kind of nice to have that chance where the trophy is kind of like right there and just 2 wins away.
We're as confident as we've been all year, and we're playing as well as we've been all year, and I think we're built to win.
I know that you're banged up, you're feeling some pain, but you got a week of pain left, right? So let's make sure there's intensity here. I want to hear you guys communicating with each other, making sure everything is executed to the best you possibly can. We're not taking a day off, we're not taking half a practice off. It's everything you got.
It's Tuesday afternoon and Trinity Western is in uncharted territory. For the first time in program history, the Spartans are preparing to compete in the BCIHL's championship bout. 2 days prior, Trinity Western completed a semi-final upset of Simon Fraser, winning the best-of-3 series in a winner-take-all Game 3. A remarkable 4-1 victory capped the series, and with that, an opportunity to make history, a chance to win the school's first ever BCIHL crown. However, the team standing in their way is Selkirk College, a side that only lost 4 games all year. So on Tuesday, it's all about details.
Switch it up! On that dump in! That's gotta be hard, eh? Was that you dumping it in? Let her rip, eh?
It's not long after Russell redeems himself with a nifty snipe, something the Spartans are going to need come this weekend. Not everything can come from JP Villeneuve. Prior to practice, the BCIHL awards were announced, and Villeneuve, the Spartans' first-year forward, was named both Rookie of the Year and League Co-MVP. With a team-high 21 goals, he was in on nearly 50% of every Trinity Western tally this year, and at times was the Spartans' offense.
You know, he's a pretty special player that has been, able to contribute quite a bit to the Spartan lineup this year. It's been one of those things where I think what he's done for our team is he's elevated everyone else. And they see his preparation and how he prepares on and off the ice, and that's elevated the whole team. So I think that he's been a catalyst to bring some excellence to the table for us.
He's a good leader. He works very hard on and off the ice. He's always has a positive attitude, which is really nice. And yeah, he just brings that extra scoring touch during the games. If we need a goal, need a pickup or anything like that, he can just take the puck from basically one end, go all the way down the other and put it in.
Practice wraps up with a power play session, something the Spartans will have to be focused on this weekend. Kropf is pleased when he leaves the ice, but even he is feeling the effects of the Spartans' longest season ever.
His bones.
Yeah.
Well,
the way you walk, yeah.
Gotta get my hips replaced, and I feel like I need my back replaced, and
Just used to the warm weather.
yeah, I've gotten way too soft. BC has spoiled me.
A sunny Wednesday greets the boys for their final practice of the season in Langley. It's 2 days before the final, and the Spartans are ready.
We're as confident as we've been all year, and we're playing as well as we've been all year. Our practices are up-tempo, and guys are buying into the system, and I think we're built to win.
The guys realize that we can beat any team in the league on any given night when we continue to work hard. And the saying is, hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. And I think we've been a team that's proven all year long that we work hard, and now we've got the confidence to go with it. So, we've deliberately, as a coaching staff, we don't want to change anything. We want to continue the messaging that we've been giving the guys, win all day, every day, on the ice, off the ice, classroom, weight room, just to provide that level of excellence. And I think having all that in place, I think we've got a good shot this weekend to bring another upset.
Everyone in the dressing room believes we can do it, believes we can upset another team here, which is going to be great for us going in there. We need that confidence. Can't go in scared. We need to go in with our heads up high, ready to play.
With Wednesday's skate winding down, it's now only 2 nights that separates the Spartans from Game 1. Come Thursday morning, an 8-hour bus ride looms. And while this may be the 5th time the Spartans have traveled to Castlegar this season alone, it seems packing the bus is still a work in progress.
The last thing that goes on the bus are pads.
It's so bad packing buses.
Well, I know, like, you don't put your pads in right off the bat.
With packing finally complete, the team rolls out, and the last leg of their championship journey begins. It's Friday morning in Castlegar, and the team practices one last time. Barret, a focused individual if there ever was one, is the last player on the ice. And after practice, it's who joined the team in January, helping set up the room for tonight's game.
$2. You get $2 for that one. You knocked it over, bud. No, I didn't. I didn't even touch it. Knocked it over, man. Shut up. Knocked it over, man. No, I didn't. Knocked it over. Where's he? You're stupid. Hey, where's he? Any more twigs with the kid? Thanks, bud.
One here. It's Marcos.
Hearts? Numero 9? Right?
Sure.
Do you not speak French, Tim?
No, man. Are you kidding me? From Williams Lake, there's English and Hillbilly.
The morning's banter and occasional chiding is just another example of the camaraderie and chemistry that has given this year's group an altogether different feel, something that was largely brought about by Kropf.
This year I kind of noticed just the guys kind of stick together a lot more, kind of push through it, and there are those rough points in the season like there is any team goes through, but we've been able to battle through it, whereas previous years we kind of would fall apart. We are a really tight group, especially taking us over on that Baltic tour. A lot of the guys got a chance to really get to know each other, and even we're really close to the coaches, and you know, it's an open door where we can go in and kind of say what's wrong, and I just think he's really brought our team together.
And with Kropf, the key is simple: win all day, every day.
I think that's something that, you know, in every aspect of the game, both on the ice and off the ice, in the dressing room, in the classroom, everywhere, he's always pushing that on all the guys, and I think that's something that his relentlessness in pushing that every day has kind of forced guys to buy into that, and at the end of the day, I think that's made one of the biggest differences.
Last year, the team finished dead last in the standings, which makes where they are today all the more impressive.
Yeah, it's been a fun year, and kind of starting from the bottom, and you know, there's been a lot of things that we've needed to improve and change, and I think we've done that successfully, and the guys are all buying in now, and yeah, we've successfully changed the culture.
It's a few hours before Game 1, and it's time to get serious. But for the veteran Beaupre, he may have a fancy hat, but the camera gets the best of him.
Shut on the straight face.
At the rink, Grange Gordon focuses in solitude, while for others, preparation involves a soccer ball. But once everyone's in the dressing room, the team is focused.
For us to be fully capturing the win all day, every day mantra, it can't just be about this championship. When we become defending champions Sunday morning, it has to be the starter for next year. And next year begins Sunday morning. And to win all day, every day means that you got to improve every day of the off season. We're not creating one championship team here. We're creating a program that is a championship program. And you guys are the catalyst for that, you're the seed for that, and we got the opportunity to lay that out for Spartan hockey from here and forevermore. Let's get it done.
But early on, it's Selkirk getting the jump and applying pressure. And just over 5 minutes in, the home side gets on the board. Spartans push back, but the Saints score 2 more before the period is out. Trinity Western is down 3-0 after 20 minutes. In the second, the Spartans get within 2 after a goal by Gordon, but Villeneuve is largely held under wraps, and a late power play marker puts Selkirk up 5-1 going to the third. Villeneuve gets an opportunity for a penalty shot midway through the final frame, but he's unable to capitalize, and the Spartans eventually drop game 1 by a 6-1 count.
We know what we need to bring to the table tomorrow. It's now do or die. I'm not going to start pulling out a whole bunch of sayings here. You guys know what needs to get done. When you leave this room, your head's up, and we come back to Spartan pride, do the things that we need to do tomorrow, all right?
The Spartans may have dropped Friday's game, but for Kropf, there's a surprise silver lining. Unbeknownst to him, his wife Bridget and sons Jalen and Josh had all traveled from Saskatchewan to Castlegar for the championship weekend. The surprise reunion puts a smile on everyone's face, and for at least a few moments, Friday's loss can be forgotten. It's Saturday morning, and for the Spartans, tonight's game is do or die. In the morning, the team is hosted by Castlegar's New Life Church for breakfast, and they receive inspiring words from Pastor James McFaddin.
It's amazing to see a team that's gone from being dead last to coming to the finals. And when they're playing against a really good team, that's tremendous, that's huge, it's fascinating. And it's important for you guys to remember, even if today, because of last night, even if today you don't feel fantastic, you need to make a decision to feel fantastic. You need to make a decision to play your hardest tonight. You need to make a decision to dedicate your daily walks to Jesus. You need to make a decision to trust in God in all things that you do. Even in hockey, you got to make a choice to trust in Him and to believe in Him and to know that He's going to carry you through. And you just need to trust in Jesus in all things. And He's going to pave the road for you guys for your future.
Boys, we can pressure on that, eh? Pressure on that. He doesn't have control there. Keep on him.
The Spartans are sharp early in Game 2, and certainly after a long season together, ready to battle for one another to the very end.
All year we've had our ups and downs. We went on some winning streaks, we went on some losing streaks, and this is a pretty good team where everybody's comfortable with each other. We all have roles to play, and everybody's fairly accepting of each other, and it feels like a pretty big family in the dressing room and amongst the guys. Like, you know, because win or lose, like this team's done a really good job of coming together and becoming a supportive family.
But Selkirk again scores first. Despite Trinity Western goalie Silas Mathis's best efforts, the Spartans are down 3-0 after the first period for the second night in a row. After Blair Murphy does get the Spartans on the board to make it 3-1, Trinity Western continues to push, but they can't get any closer. And a late shorthanded marker by the Saints makes it 4-1 going to the dressing room after the second. Down by 3, there's no quitting these Spartans. But less than 2 minutes in, Selkirk scores its 5th goal. And the comeback trail becomes that much steeper. And in the end, that's how it all ends. Losing 5-1 in Game 2, the Spartans are forced to watch the Saints celebrate their second league title in a row. For many on this team, this is just the beginning of their Spartans' journey. But for longtime veterans like Beaupre and Stephenson, it's their final time in a Spartans jersey. A bittersweet ending, but an ending to the best season in Spartans history.
You guys have been all about changing culture at Spartan Hockey. And we didn't get the results that we want, but we're a step closer. Alright? That's going to sting for you until next year when the tables are turned. And so all this becomes is a stepping stone. Alright? We don't hang our heads here because I don't think any one of you guys left anything in the tank. So we didn't finish second and building towards next year's championship. There was rarely a day this season where we stepped back, and it all stems back to that Matthew 5:14-16 verse, and doing everything you can so that they may see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven, and just being a light in the hockey world. And so I think our guys really saw that as an opportunity to understand the skill where they're at, and that when they gave everything they've got back to God as a praise offering or as a matter of worship back to Him, that's where their confidence came in, because they weren't playing with pressure anymore. And I honestly think it was because, for the most part, we were just willing to lay everything out and do so as a way to praise God.